Hello. So I'm here to talk about the game that I made, which is called My Beautiful Misinterpretation of Words. Yeah, so I will try to play through it and talk about it at the same time. But here we go. So this is a collection of experimental games, I would say, and it comes from I was doing a prototype games study with a professor who I will mention at the end of the game. And we made a bunch of five, six, no, actually eight prototypes, and I picked four and a half of them, put them together as I'm thinking through of sort of my biggest takeaway of studying games the past several years. Um, so yeah, this is the first one I've made last semester, actually 2 semesters ago now. I get prompts from all the prototypes, but I also really restructure and rephrase them um, to make them a coherent narrative here. So the prompt for this one, I believe, is a museum. And this prototype was originally called Night in the Museum. And here, I personally realized I liked this one because it was fun. And then now we're gonna get to some maybe not fun part. Um, this scene went through a lot of changes, and it's what it is. I think not too long ago, before I first presented. Oh, I think my game is generally pretty self-explanatory because I did put a lot of text, and actually, my entire last scene was to explain my creative process and also what what got me here. I should show this game several places, and that was one of the most asked questions. And I realized, and then after people play the entire experience and ask them again, it turns out to be pretty understandable how what got me here. Um, yeah, I did all the arts and all the writings and all the code for this game. So, for example, all the chats on the right, they're going to change as the scene progress. This is sort of a streaming thing because in this one the player is being streamed. Like there's several cameras or something. Go see if you can see. Oh, and you're a fish. Um, I have some likings of sea animals. Yeah, become different fish. Anyway, that's actually the model, the statue model from the last thing. Oh, the chat is going crazy now. I use chat as a media of as a way of expressing that somebody else is judging you. I grew up using a lot of internet, and I, as much as I appreciate the existence of the internet, it's not the best experience environment sometimes. And when I started to first make art for the longest time, I feel like I was people keep watching me even though nobody really is, and the slightest comments I see that as judgment. So this was what I want to express here is the feeling of being judged, the feeling of somebody else is going to be annoyed at what you make, regardless of what you do and how much you accommodate. And sometimes it feels like it was just pure entertainment to others, which is how I personally see making art for the longest time. I joined because it was fun, and then I realized why am I doing this, and the feeling of being very restrained and then cannot make what speaks to me, which is was really frustrating. Yeah, there's a lot of word on screen as you can tell right now. It was very much my own genuine thoughts and thoughts I have heard from a lot of my friends, and I would say somewhat feels like a common shared creative experience, honestly. Not in the best way possible, but it's genuine. And I went through that a lot, and I still do. That comes back sometimes. Um, why am I making this, and why am I doing this? It's not the most fun part, actually, but it's something that I want to talk about, and at least when I was sharing this game with other people, this was well understood and appreciated, even though it's very tense. I will recognize that it's very tense, and I'm playing it right now, but I'm actually not really reading the words just because it hits me very hard, and yeah, this thing always got me, and that was the intentional for it to got me because that's the anxiety, the uncomfortableness, and all the imposter syndrome is what I want to create and say in this thing. Um, to contribute to this next one, and yes, I promise it can not get this bad. Okay. Um, it's not a bug, right? So yeah, here we're about to go to the next part of this game. Yes, it's a turn of mood, I know, but it feels fitting to me somehow. Okay, so this was from another prototype that I made. The logic, sorry, the prompt is called home. And I was like, yeah, home. I think about Windows XP Home's computer screen. Well, this is how you know that I grew up using a lot of computer and internet and all of that. Um, yeah, I did some photoshopping and take down and separated the words from the text. Sorry, from the background. And I don't think it. Okay, there's no way that somebody will be able to tell from the recording, but whilst he moves the mouse normally, but I'm pressing everything else, any key will give a response. So this is all of me pressing the same key right now. Yeah. So it creates a very fun feeling of just playing in a digital space, which is very. It's great. And this part, actually working on this, make me realize how, at least I personally forgot that moving and playing and just walking and walking is so fun. Okay, now I'm gonna leave here. I can leave here. So, enter key is an arrow and it's gonna tell me where to go. Okay, here am I. And press. I typed House. I have a house. Hooray. Okay, I can also restart. Restart. Here I go. Yeah. All right. This is one of the most, I guess, loved scene. Yeah, that's fun. So the reason I have this scene connect to the last one is as a nostalgic calling back of where I started. As I said in the scene transition between that, maybe I just walked too far to know where I come from. It's sometimes hard. Actually, at least it's hard for me. It's always hard for me. Sometimes that I'm too into the idea of making a something and then forgot why am I doing this and forgot why is it fun even. That's something I personally have trouble with is just to feel like something I made is fun or like remember that games is should be fun more or less I guess. It can be like this one being very weird and nobody understand, but I had so much fun when I was making this one. And I actually used this watermelon sprite because it was one of the first thing I did. Actually from the old files from primary when I was taking like primary science class in primary school. Um, yeah, so this sort of watermelon erasing thing is the first animation, I guess, I've ever made. And this is retraced back to what I did before, and was just get me excited about making art on computer. Okay, we're gonna continue from here. This is also some pretty real experience. Um, as I'm growing up and thinking what I want to do, and I one day sort of realized I just cannot not do arts. And yeah, I did the art myself. I hope it's not that copyrighted. I don't think so. So Hatsune Miku is also my childhood in some sense. I start to watch her concert, be part of the community, getting involved, see what people are doing, listen to her songs from very young. So she feels, I did say she was a placeholder, but honestly she just does feels fitting to be here. That she was actually the reason why I started to draw digitally, and also what keep me to just keeping me improve, want to be better. I think that's with Hatsune Miku and Vocaloid. That's my earliest contact with open fan community, and also one um, that I feel like I can evolve and I want to evolve in, and I'm still attached to it. My friends call this therapy with Hatsune Miku. Um, it is very fitting. That was sort of the intentional. Sorry, the intention here is to give the player something, or give my friends something that summarize and let them know better why I put them through all the weirdness, chaosness in this last like 15 minutes because I kept the timer. And there's a lot of things that I luckily had people say to me that was very helpful with me. And I hope to be that for somebody else. And that's actually why I started to make games. Is there was a specific game that helped me a lot when I was having a hard time, and I just come across this game and discovered how great games is as way of telling an emotional story, and I was just completely attracted from now then. And that's my hope is to make game that can tell a story to somebody else, can help them more or less, and yeah. So this thing, the prompt I got was will be. It's looking out to the future, so it's very thematic and cinematic. Sorry, and the control here to move is scrolling, and then if I click and I scroll, I got this, which is originally part of another thing, another prototype. I love games with very strong visuals, and I have a background in visual arts. Like I start my whole artistic journey as from drawings on the papers, and I do acrylic, watercolor sketches of that. So I find now that visual art and things like I see on a screen is how I express ideas. Even though I do put a lot of words, I was like writing. That is true. I'm graduating. Um, as I will, or I would, or I did for up to when you watched it. I will be graduating in May 2025. So, this game was very much a look back of what I've done as the past several years, and that's my interaction making games, figuring out what I like, and I mean that it was painful, and there was a lot of times when I give up, but I do not regret it in a tiny bit because it was also such a beautiful experience. And that's what I want to say is it's so great to be in this space. And it's something I want to really do well, regardless of what. It's something I will continue to try to do, and I will keep loving. Wow, now I play this again. Sorry. As I talk through this, I realize I still feel really strongly about this game. um, and the first several times, I was crying a lot when I was making the scripts, and the first several times I made myself cry on playing it. So yeah. Yeah, this is actually one of the first experimental art games I've made, and I feel like it need to put this there as a summary of what I've done. So this is what the players have drawn on there, and the Microsoft Paint saying, "Oh, this is Mimico again," and that's what happened on the Windows file. See, and that's everything else. Yeah, the players have saw along the way. That's the bones and jellyfishes. Yeah, I think that I put this here as like the sort of the game menu screen, and that place just to. Oh, this game is just is a piece that highlights and sort of celebrating what I've done the past several years, and so yeah, the screen is my gift to the player to celebrate what they have thankfully walked through with me in the past 20 minutes. Oh yeah, that's the scene that was a lot of Twitch chat and yeah. I want whoever played my game to land in a hopeful and positive experience eventually. So this is a place to come down, and also as a thanks screen to my mom who helped me so much, and also to my professor Karina Popp at NYU Game Center, who also helped me so much that I cannot even phrase. Um, yeah, thank you so much to listen through this and watch this entire game, and I wish you the best of luck to whatever you do in the future, and that's it.